972 magazine and The Guardian have done a deep dive expose into a Mossad op, the head of Mossad, in fact, again, Israeli intelligence, waging a decades-long campaign against the ICC. All right. So that the International Criminal Court, again, this is somehow for a most moral army and government that does not believe it's doing anything wrong, is very, very concerned that these international bodies are going to start investigating them because clearly they've proven they cannot investigate themselves. And we'll talk about that. But we now know that this has been going on. And when I read you the details, you tell me what it reminds you of and the types of behavior. And if not, we'll all get there together. But this is for The Guardian. It's a fourth. There's also a Local Call, which is a Hebrew language outlet that worked on this investigation. And the revelations about Cohen, again, this is the head of the Mossad op, form part of a forthcoming investigation that reveal how multiple Israel intelligence agencies ran a covert war against the ICC for almost a decade. Now, specifically circles around the former head of the ICC, again, the person who preceded Khmer Khan, and her name is Benzouda. What is her first name? I apologize, but her last name is Benzouda. And this is one of the many times and many instances that this happened. And I don't know if we have the graphic here, but I will find it. I think it got swallowed by our beautiful, system here. But the article opens with talking about how Cohen, again, the head of the Mossad, told Benzouda basically put the mob squeeze on her and said, you wouldn't want anything to happen to you should you start investigating us. You might find yourself on the receiving end, or your family might find yourself on the receiving end of something not good. And let me just read the actual quote here. Sorry about this, y'all. Okay, I can't find it, but it's okay. We'll just go into the actual details of what happened. One of the things that happened was that Benzouda was in New York in 2018 on an official visit and was meeting with Kabila, the president of the DRC, at his hotel. The pair had met several times before in relation to the ICC's ongoing investigation into alleged crimes committed in his country. The meeting, however, appears to have been a setup. At a certain point, after Benzouda's staff were asked to leave the room, Cohen, again, Mossad head, entered, according to three sources familiar with the meeting. The surprise appearance, they said, caused alarmed Benzouda and a group of the ICC officials traveling with her. So I want you to understand how terrifying that would be. Like, you think you're having a meeting, all of a sudden everybody leaves and the head of the Mossad swoops in. That's not all. On one occasion, Cohen, who the ICC officials basically say that Cohen was stalking Benzouda, Cohen is said to have shown Benzouda copies of photographs of her husband, which were taken covertly when the couple were visiting London. On another, according to sources, Cohen suggested to the prosecutor that a decision to open a full investigation would be detrimental to her career. They also got her home phone number, and she asked Cohen, how did you get this? And he goes, don't you know what I do for a living? Finally, and this is according to the reporting, basically experts and former ICC officials say that these Mossad efforts to put pressure on Benzouda could amount to offenses against the administration of justice under Article 70 of the Rome Statute, a treaty that established the court. In other words, the very thing that you're doing to try and scare and threaten the head of the ICC is a violation of the ICC, right? And when I said, who does this remind you of? This feels like Weinstein shit, right? Like you're having a meeting in a hotel room, you want a part, except instead of showing you his mangled dick, it's, oh, please don't, or not, please don't, do not investigate my country's war crimes, which is interesting because Weinstein hired former Mossad agents to go after some of his accusers. So, hey, it all comes full circle. But so, again, Benzouda wasn't the person to suggest or recommend arrest charges for Netanyahu and Gallant. But she began some investigation. This is way prior to October 7th, began an investigation into Israel's actions, I believe in both the West Bank and in Gaza. So there you have it, man. Like, you not only, first of all, for a country that skirts international law and says the UN doesn't matter, the ICC doesn't matter, the ICJ doesn't matter, you sure as shit care a lot about whether or not they're going to investigate you. You sure seem to be pretty scared, and you're going to these lengths. You're threatening people. You're following them. You're taking pictures of them and their husbands and their families. You're threatening their families. It would be a shame if anything happened. These are not the good guys. And ironically, and once again, this is Israel trying to undermine international law that was established in the wake of the Holocaust, in the wake of World War II. This is international law established so that never again meant never again for anyone. And Israel's like, no, but except for us, like, except we believe that actually we can do whatever we want. That doesn't apply to us. No, it absolutely does. And here you have it. And then you have Biden and Republicans saying they're not going to abide. This is preposterous. It's outrageous. We're going to do our own investigation. Really? Where is it? Well, we're going to wait for Israel to investigate themselves. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.